Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Advice to Think Twice. My name is Monica and I'm here with our weekend advice for the weekend of the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th of May 2018. Thank you very much for joining me. Apologies for yesterday, I wasn't able to do a daily video. I've been dealing with the situation at work that has not been very pleasant, but it's done now. Okay, I don't have to deal with it again, so apologies for the absence. So we're going to have a look at what the energies are for us during this time and what we need to know about the energies so that we can use them to our highest advantage, for our highest good. And since we are looking at energies, these manifest in different ways for everyone, so the reading is going to talk about different things for everyone. Okay, so take what resonates the way it resonates. Okay, so we have number 9, completion. We have number 22, intuition. We have the 5 of abundance, which is the 5 of pentacles. There are times when everyone needs a hand. Your angels want you to know that you needn't go through your current challenges alone. Accept the help of those around you. The situation you're experiencing is temporary. This may not be the right time to become self-employed. Be patient. In the center of our spread, we have choose freedom, which is the devil card. Sometimes you may feel as though your way is blocked, but often that's just an illusion. You could free yourself from the obstacles that you're so focused on by choosing a different path. Turn your thoughts away from negativity and instead envision endless other possibilities you might act upon. The 7 of thought is back again. You've been confused about a situation in your life and now suddenly everything is completely clear to you. Whether the truth was revealed by your angels, disclosed by a friend, or discovered on your own, it feels great to be awake and aware. Feel free to ask for time alone if that's what you need. Oh, didn't show the cards, did I? Then we have Caressa. You are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. So this goes hand in hand with the completion card and with the intuition card. Asking for guidance on what's next and then staying open for the answers. And Francesca, what do you desire right now? Visualize it and it will come about. Negativity will block your progress. So negativity will block our progress. And it will keep us in a place of lack, of poverty, of fear. Okay? So it's very important to free ourselves from any sort of doubtful or negative thoughts or self-sabotaging thoughts or actions. Okay? It's very important that we free ourselves from that. Once we do that, we see that the road is clear. We see that we are free to move on. We see that we are not tied down to a bad situation, that we don't have to struggle, that we don't have to be angry, that we don't have to be frustrated. So it's a shift in perspective that comes about. And as a result, so for some of us, this is a shift in perspective that comes about through our intuition. As a result, we put an end to something because we see that it was limiting us, it was holding us back, and it's just time to go. So we put an end to that and we start thinking about, okay, what's next for me? Where would I like to go? What would I like to do? For others, there's an ending that is happening, there's a loss that is happening, or disappointment, something that feels like a loss. And as a result, it challenges us, it pushes us with our backs against the wall. And so there's nothing else that we can do apart from look at the situation that's in front of us, that's pushing us against that wall. And by being willing to do that, by being willing to face it, to look it in the eye, we see that actually it's not as big and ugly, or it's not as bad, or it's not as difficult as we thought it was, that there's things that we can do about it, that we can just try a different approach. Or we see that, you know what, I don't need this. I don't need this in my life. In which case it no longer holds power over us. So that's an ending. Brings peace. And then we're looking forward at what we want to see next. What we want to happen next in our lives. I feel that for a lot of us especially, this rings true if you've been seeing repeating numbers. I have 2 2 3 3, okay, 4 4 4, all types of recurring numbers, okay. I feel like they were trying to get our attention. Through that, they were trying to get our attention and say, look at it differently, look at this approach, try this perspective. Or to say, hey, wake up, this is not as bad as it looks. There's things that you can do about it. Or, wake up, take your power back. Take your power back. You shouldn't be in the situation if it makes you unhappy, if it makes you miserable. You can change it. You do have the power to do that. And so, for some of us, this realization comes as, you know what, I don't have to struggle through this alone. I thought I had to. I thought, I would be burdening other people with my problems by doing this. I thought that I'm messed up, I have to clean it up. I'm responsible, I have to take it. Or, I'm being punished for whatever. Okay, there's a way of thinking that we were believing that kept us in a situation where we were struggling, okay? We experienced lack, fear, frustration, struggle, stress. And there is a light bulb moment happening. It may have already happened coming into the weekend, or it's happening as we're experiencing the weekend, where we see that actually, hold on, no, my friends have been telling me that they want to help me, and for me to just tell them what I need. So they really want to help me. So I don't have to go through this alone. They're more than willing to help me. I wouldn't be inconveniencing them in any way. They want to be there for me. They want to show their support as friends. And so I can and should give them that opportunity. Okay? And allow an experience to bring us closer together, perhaps, to solidify our bond. Because we go through it together. We're helping each other. We're supporting each other. I don't have to struggle on my own. I am not a burden. Or the realization is, you know what? Actually, I'm too hard on myself. I'm too hard on myself. Everyone makes mistakes. That's how we learn. I did learn from this situation. I'm not going to do it again, so I shouldn't punish myself. We go through life and we live and we learn. That's our purpose here. That's what we do in this lifetime. We're supposed to learn and we're supposed to grow, among other things. And so we shouldn't punish ourselves for doing what we're actually supposed to be doing, which is learning. For us as humans, more often than not, we learn by trial and error, or we learn from our mistakes. Okay? What may seem to be a mistake is a learning lesson. Okay? So for some, the realization is, I've been too hard on myself. What am I beating myself up about? I'm on track, I'm doing the right thing, I've learned from that experience, there was a purpose behind it for me to learn this lesson. I've learned the lesson. So you know what? I should pat myself on the back and say, you know what? You're still standing through that experience, you're still standing. And more importantly, you've learned from it, so you're not going to do it again. So good job, good for you. Okay? You didn't go through it for nothing. You learned from it, which is what the purpose was all along. For others, the realization is, you know what? Anything's better than this. Anything is better than this. So you've reached a point where you see where the perspective, the potential of you staying in the situation is more daunting than change and the anxiety that comes with it. Okay? So in other words, we're more afraid of what is going to happen if we continue to be in the situation, then we are afraid of change. So we've come to the point where we say, you know what, anything's better than this. So that may mean quitting a job, which is, what I did, because enough is enough. And so enough is enough. Anything's better than this. I want to be happy and sane more than I want to have a job. You know what I mean? If that's what it brings me. So it could be a similar situation that you're dealing with. Relationships. You know what? Enough's enough. I'd rather be single, happy, and at peace than in this situation where it brings me nothing but stress and nothing but drama and nothing but pain and disappointment. Or there's one good time and then endless times of heartache. You know what I mean? Is it worth it? No, actually, I don't think it is. I thought it was. I thought I could stick it out. I thought I could turn things around. I thought I could make this situation better. I thought I could make this person, see the truth of a situation or whatever. But actually, looking back at it, it's not worth it. I've given it enough. It's not worth it anymore. Okay? So we're leaving a relationship. Good news is, once we take some time to think, to meditate, to let it sink in, for the energy to catch up, to shift, we then have a clear mind and an open heart where we can imagine what could be, and we can visualize doing what would make us happy. Because for a lot of us, this was a lesson of what we don't want. So now that we know what we don't want, we know what we do want. You know what I mean by comparison. So I know that this is not the type of relationship I want. I've learned this is not what I want and this is not what I deserve. Therefore, I know now what I should be looking for. I know now how I should be approaching the situation, and that's what we can visualize. I know, that I know now that this is not the type of environment I would ever want to work in again. I know now that this is not the type of job I want to do because it doesn't do anything for me. I know now that I want more of a challenge. I know now that I should pursue my passion and not hold myself back anymore. I know now that the safe and the secure is not enough. I need to have that passion in my life. I need to do something challenging and fulfilling at the same time. It's not enough to just be day in, day out doing same old just to pay the bills, or just to, be employed in a job, just to work with that company. But now we're free to imagine what could be, what we want to be, based on the experience that we now have of what we don't want to be. Okay? And it's important when we phrase our affirmations that we don't say things in the negative. I don't want this type of job. It's important that we keep it positive, inspirational. We say, we have a think with ourselves, we meditate, we assess things, and we put everything in its category. This is what I don't want. Okay, what do I do want? This. And then we formulate our affirmations, just looking at what we do want. Okay? Because we're manifesting then from a place of peace, of hope, of light, not a place of anger and disappointment and frustration and all of that when we look at what we don't want. All right? Good news is we are freeing ourselves from a limiting thought, pattern, behavior, addiction, job, relationship, situation of any kind. Okay, we're finally at the point where we're choosing freedom because anything is better than this. And we know now what we want. Okay, and we had to go through some tough lessons to get to this point. But we got to this point. It wasn't in vain. It wasn't for nothing. And it wasn't a mistake. Okay? So I hope that the reading is helpful. I hope that the messages give you insight that you need, that you can apply. Okay, if you're dealing with these energies, especially whenever you're dealing with the energies, okay? And thank you for all your beautiful support, for liking, for sharing, for subscribing to my channel, for following my work, following me on the socials, supporting me in any way that you do. I appreciate it. We're getting through it, okay? It wasn't easy, but we're getting through it. And I will be working on the weeklies and posting those as soon as I can, so stay tuned for those, and hopefully we have some awesome cards for the next week for everyone. All right, so let's have a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon. Bye for now.